It's October 22nd. Jesus begins his final trip to Jerusalem. The disciples believe the purpose of the trip is to observe Passover. Even though Jesus tells them of the coming events of his betrayal, crucifixion, and resurrection, the disciples don't understand. From James and John's request to sit in the places of honor in the new kingdom, and from the reference in Luke 19:11 that the disciples thought that the kingdom would begin right away, there appears to be an expectation from his followers that this trip might be the climax of their 3 years together. That in Jerusalem, Jesus' rightly rule as Messiah might just be recognized openly once and for all. Perhaps the sentiment would reach critical mass, and during this trip to Jerusalem, Jesus would perform a miracle that would surely convince the Pharisees that Jesus' messianic rule was the answer to all that ailed the nation. Perhaps the Pharisees could be convinced and Jesus would be crowned king. Yes, this trip to Jerusalem would indeed be consequential. The kingdom was about to break out, but it wouldn't be like the disciples expected. Jesus' trip to Jerusalem would provide the true atonement, not just for the Jews, but for the entire world. And then Jesus would entrust to the disciples the responsibility of spreading this glorious good news. The parable of the stewards underscores the critical importance of taking this responsibility seriously. Jesus didn't come to earth, live a sinless life, and offer that life up to God as the atonement sacrifice so we could live self-focused, self-absorbed lives. Followers of Jesus must understand that we are the people of the mission. We are co-participants with God in His efforts to ransom the human race from sin and its effect upon people. And we are responsible to use the resources God has placed in our hands for that purpose. Here's today's application. How does your life measure up so far to the standards Jesus described in the parable of the stewards? Has your life produced a harvest for the kingdom? Or has your time, talent, and money been hidden away? What kingdom mission are you believing God for? How are you participating with God in His plan for world redemption? If you're not satisfied with the answers to these questions, take some time today to consider what God is saying to you about becoming a better steward. Now here's today's prayer.